Have you ever met a stranger and felt a strange sense of familiarity, as if you've known each other before? Or have you ever heard a story that instantly triggered a strong sense of déjà vu, as though you had experienced it yourself in the past? What if these feelings aren't just random? What if you had lived through these moments in a past life? Could the answers lie in the memories of reincarnation? Today, we are going to uncover a forgotten chapter of history, diving into real reincarnation stories that challenge your traditional understanding of life and the soul. Reincarnation has long been considered one of the universe's great secrets by many ancient civilizations. But is it just a myth, or is it a real phenomenon we have yet to fully understand? Did you know that in various parts of the world, countless people have experienced bizarre memory recollections, recalling lives they've lived in other bodies, and even accurately describing events they've never personally experienced? In this video, we'll dive into these shocking stories and analyze the profound philosophical implications behind them. We'll trace the wisdom of reincarnation found in ancient civilizations, exploring how the soul cycles through time in search of its home. Throughout this journey, we'll not only aim to unravel the mystery of reincarnation, but also reflect on what this phenomenon means for our everyday lives and how we view ourselves and the world. Are you ready? Let's step across the threshold of time and reveal the true face of soul reincarnation. Reincarnation, also known as samsara, rebirth, or regeneration, is a concept that permeates the spiritual belief systems of nearly all ancient civilizations, from the teachings of Buddhism and Hinduism in ancient India to the philosophies of ancient Greece, and even to the mystical traditions of the Middle Ages. The idea of reincarnation points to a common core. The soul does not exist in isolation, but instead continuously cycles through time, experiencing countless lives and deaths. In ancient India, the concept of reincarnation is called samsara, meaning the cycle of life and death. In Buddhism, the *Abhidhamma* describes how a soul accumulates karma through successive cycles of birth and death, and based on one's actions, it determines the form of the next life. For Buddhists, breaking free from this cycle and achieving nirvana is the ultimate goal of life. In Hinduism, the concept of reincarnation is even more intricate, with the soul's connection to the universe seen as one, and through meditation and spiritual practice, the soul can eventually merge with the universe, breaking free from samsara to attain moksha, liberation. However, the concept of reincarnation is not unique to India. In ancient Greek philosophy, the famous philosopher Plato also mentioned the idea of soul transmigration. In his *Republic*, he stated that after death, the soul enters a new body, with its next form determined by the qualities of the soul itself. Plato's teacher, Socrates, also discussed the eternal nature of the soul in his dialogues, believing that human consciousness transcends the physical body and does not vanish after death. This view in ancient Greece shares many similarities with the Buddhist concept of reincarnation, especially in the emphasis on the purification of the soul and the impact of karma in the rebirth process. The idea of reincarnation is not confined to the East and ancient Greece. In the mystical traditions of the Middle Ages and Western alchemy, the concept of reincarnation subtly appeared as well. Many alchemists and mystics believed that the human soul did not entirely vanish after death, but continued to exist in some form, waiting for a new beginning. In these philosophies, reincarnation is not only a physical existence, but also involves the continuation of the soul's evolution and spiritual ascension. Despite the profound influence of reincarnation in various civilizations, this knowledge has often been suppressed or forgotten. With the rise of Western rationalism, the concept of reincarnation gradually became viewed as superstition, even absurd. Scientific progress seemed to render these ancient beliefs outdated, leading people to believe that the soul and life were merely accidental products of matter, with death as the final end. However, these neglected ideas have never disappeared in some specific cultural and religious traditions. They continue to be passed down in hidden corners, awaiting rediscovery. So, Why have these reincarnation stories been covered up? Why do they seem so foreign in modern society? Is it because we have lost our connection with these deep-rooted wisdoms? Or is it because some truths within these stories are too profound for us to face? Are we ready to reconsider these forgotten ancient secrets and re-examine the true nature of our souls? This video will take you into these lost wisdoms, exploring the reincarnation stories buried by history, decoding their hidden truths, and seeking the deeper philosophies within these ancient traditions, revealing why they continue to subtly influence our lives and choices today. The concept of reincarnation extends beyond traditional religious or philosophical realms, touching upon deeper questions about human existence, the nature of consciousness, and the true purpose of the soul. If the soul truly experiences reincarnation, could its journey between each life and death follow a pattern or law that we have yet to fully understand? This question has been an eternal topic, not only in ancient wisdom, but also in modern spiritual discussions. As we mentioned earlier, the soul, in each reincarnation, chooses its next life based on accumulated karma, which means that each soul is not in a state of unconsciousness, but through accumulated experiences, tries to cleanse its negative energies through actions and choices in each life, ultimately striving for self-transcendence. However, the true meaning of reincarnation might extend far beyond the simple concepts of cause and effect or moral recompense. In many reincarnation stories, the soul often faces some form of choice after death. It can enter a new life, but this choice is not random. It is influenced by past actions, emotions, and unresolved inner conflicts. For instance, one famous case of reincarnation involves Jenny Spencer, who remembered being a woman named Mary Hopkins in the 1930s, dying in a car accident. In her past life recollections, Jenny could accurately describe Mary's family, friends, and even the clothes she was wearing at the time of her death, and the surrounding environment. These details were all proven to be accurate, and strangely, Jenny had never obtained any external information. Her vivid descriptions of these recalled memories profoundly challenge our understanding of reincarnation. The meaning of reincarnation may not lie in the simple cause and effect chain of punishment and reward, but rather in a profound interaction between the soul and the universe. On some level, reincarnation is the soul's process of self-exploration and evolution. Each rebirth is like a new attempt in the vast universe. Through different life experiences, the soul gradually purifies, understands, and ultimately frees itself from the endless cycle of birth and death. In this process, we also often hear about the inevitable similarities between past lives and present life. Some people seem to have an innate emotional connection to certain places, people, or events. As some psychologists and spiritual scholars suggest, human emotional inheritance is not solely from parental genetics, but may carry emotional memories or psychological patterns from past lives. These past images, while not always directly manifesting, influence our perception and reactions to the world through the subconscious. Many cultures mention that repeated family or social relationships are often unresolved issues from past reincarnation, and these unresolved karmic ties will affect the trajectory of the soul's next life. However, the most perplexing part is that many reincarnation stories are not only related to personal past life memories, but also reveal a deeper philosophical proposition, the non-linearity of time and space. If the soul's existence is not dependent on the life and death of the body, and its consciousness and memories can transcend the limitations of time, then what is time? Does it truly flow in one direction as we understand it, or is it, in fact, an illusion? The answers to these questions would not only change our perception of reincarnation, but also have a profound impact on how we understand the meaning of life. The real challenge behind all of this is how can we, within our finite lives, grasp the wisdom of the soul and break free from the endless cycle of birth and death? For many schools of mysticism and philosophers, the answer is not found externally, but through inner spiritual practice and awakening. True freedom is not about escaping life, but about transcending it by understanding and uniting with the self through each cycle of birth and death. This transcendence is not only about freeing oneself from material constraints, but also about finding the true self deep within, no longer limited by time and space. Thus, the mystery of reincarnation seems not merely to be a physical process of the soul, but an opportunity for spiritual elevation. Each reincarnation is the soul's awakening to its inner power and mastery, a profound realization of the true meaning of life. So, can we, through all of this flow, ultimately reach transcendence and awakening? In the next section, we will explore some mystical methods and techniques that can help us, in our current lives, understand and harness the power of the soul, so that with each cycle of life, we move toward higher wisdom and awakening. After delving into the philosophical and spiritual background of reincarnation, the next step is to explore how to apply these profound insights to our daily lives. After all, understanding the wisdom of reincarnation is not just to satisfy our curiosity, but to guide us in living more consciously and meaningfully. By understanding the cycle of the soul and the process of reincarnation, we can find a path to self-awakening, live more freely and peacefully, and even break free from past karmic bonds. 1. Meditation and regression, exploring past lives. Many people experience past life regressions during meditation, a powerful tool that helps uncover the soul's connection to past lives. In a meditative state, the soul's energy can relax and release, allowing deeper subconscious memories to surface. Through deep meditation, we can tap into the power of the mind to revisit past lives, uncovering unresolved emotional patterns that affect our current life and relationships. A common meditation method is past life regression meditation. In this practice, you begin by calming your mind, focusing your attention, and entering a quiet, safe space. As you relax, you gradually explore inward, paying attention to any memories or images that arise. As you delve deeper, you may encounter images or emotions from past lives, and, in some cases, recall specific past life identities. Regression is not simply recalling memories, it's a spiritual exercise that helps us better understand current life challenges and emotional struggles. 2. Karma clearing, releasing past attachments. One of the core aspects of reincarnation is karma, the energetic consequences of past actions that are carried over into our present lives. To break the cycle of karma, we must learn to release these attachments deep within ourselves. Through karma clearing, we can gradually let go of the negative influences from past lives, freeing ourselves from unresolved issues, fears, and pain. Some common methods for karma clearing in spiritual traditions include inner child healing. By connecting with your inner child, you identify and resolve wounds that need healing, especially those tied to family, love, and loss. In many reincarnation stories, the soul's suffering is linked to past traumas from childhood or previous lifetimes. Only by healing these wounds can we truly release our energy and break free from the cycle of reincarnation. Energy cleansing and purification rituals. Regular practices such as meditation, soft baths, and energy clearing exercises can purify the body's energy field. These practices help clear negative energies and outdated karmic imprints, restoring inner harmony. 3. Maintaining awareness and inner balance, avoiding new cycles of reincarnation. Once we understand the truth of reincarnation, how should we live to avoid falling into another cycle of birth and death? Many spiritual teachers emphasize that awareness and inner balance are key to breaking the cycle. Only when we fully acknowledge our emotions, desires, and behaviors can we recognize the hidden patterns that block our soul's evolution. Through daily meditation and emotional observation, we can develop sensitivity to our inner fluctuations. When negative emotions such as anger, fear, or jealousy arise, we can immediately notice them and take steps to balance our inner state, preventing these emotions from influencing our actions. Emotional control and cleansing directly affect our karma accumulation, ultimately shaping the soul's choices in future incarnations. Additionally, mindfulness practices are effective in helping us maintain clarity of mind. The core of mindfulness is living in the present moment, focusing on observing our thoughts and actions without being bound by past experiences or future anxieties. When we learn to live consciously, each action and choice we make becomes purer, and we are no longer confined by past karmic cycles. 4. Breaking the cycle through practice. The power of spiritual discipline. Spiritual practice is not something achieved overnight. It's a gradual, long-term path toward awakening. Through deep meditation, yoga, energy work, and other spiritual practices, we can enhance the power and awakening of the soul, gradually transcending the limitations of reincarnation. In yoga, practices such as the Dantan Energy Center exercises help regulate energy, guiding the life force, also known as chi, upward, activating the body's and mind's energy cycles. Through regular deep meditation and energy awareness practices, we can liberate and elevate our soul, avoiding the cyclical nature of reincarnation. Each time we break through a layer of self-limitation, the soul progresses toward higher states of awakening. 5. Embracing death, preparing for the final homecoming. A profound application of understanding reincarnation is learning how to prepare for death, an inevitable part of life. Many spiritual traditions, such as Tibetan Buddhism's Tibetan Book of the Dead emphasize deep contemplation and meditation on death during our lifetimes. This is not out of fear of death, but rather to help us transition peacefully when the time comes, ensuring the soul can transition freely into reincarnation or liberation in daily life. Accepting death and understanding that it is just another stage of life, not an end, is the first step toward true freedom. Through meditation and reflecting on the impermanence of life, we can gradually learn to let go of attachments and fear, and face the future with calmness, including death and reincarnation. By integrating these practices into our lives, we can better understand the cycles of the soul, embrace the wisdom of reincarnation, and break free from the old patterns that bind us. Through awareness, emotional healing, and spiritual discipline, we can awaken to a higher state of being and ultimately transcend the endless cycles of birth and death. The mystery of reincarnation, whether found in ancient scriptures or in real-life stories of past lives, leads us to contemplate a profound question: who are we truly? What is the place of our lives and souls in this vast universe? By exploring these stories and engaging in spiritual practices, we can transcend the superficial cycle of life and death and ultimately find our own soul's path. As travelers of the soul, each reincarnation is a new beginning. How we face life's challenges, how we perceive death and reincarnation, ultimately determines whether we can break free from the endless cycle and achieve true liberation. Are you ready? Are you prepared in this life to awaken, to transcend the old bonds, and embrace the freedom and awakening of your soul? It all begins now. With just one step, you can enter that eternal wisdom and light.